this is Candace, and welcome back to day 2 of my self-help. It still sounds like self-help, but anyways, my self-help lifestyle challenge. I'm doing 100 days of health and wellness and challenging myself to show up every day and to work through experimenting and trial and error to see what's going to work best to provide me with the health I need. So for today, I was excited. Weight is tricky. It can be discouraging to basically, if you weigh yourself every day for, weeks at a time, months at a time, years at a time, it can be discouraging sometimes because there is a natural fluctuation in weight. And so as you're losing weight, you want to really pay attention to, are the numbers just generally shifting down? Because one of the things that happens is you could lose 10 pounds or 5 pounds or whatever it may be, and then gain back 3, or then lose 5 and then gain back 3. But what you really want to look for is, even though that's going to fluctuate, because sometimes maybe you're gaining muscle mass, maybe you're drinking a lot of water, and while you're working through processing it, you're actually gaining weight. And so it can be discouraging to see you kind of lose weight and then gain weight and lose weight. And then it's also, are you losing the inches, like the actual fat, and that sort of thing as well. So one thing I want to be aware of is that I'm also looking at the trends of, am I generally moving down? Not just, okay, am I losing lots of weight, but also, am I actually trending down though? Because even within that fluctuation is the general kind of curve going down. And so I was happy though to weigh in today and to see that I've lost 3.8 pounds. So that's actually pretty exciting. And I do know that's going to fluctuate some, but just it's a start. It is a start, and I'm going to take it and run with it. So that was exciting. So that's kind of been physical. Along with that, I know I talked a little bit about supplementation and meals. Okay, I'm gonna admit, meals, man, they went so-so today. I started out, this morning I woke up with a silent migraine. And if you've ever had those, they are not fun. If you don't know what I'm talking about, be glad you don't know what I'm talking about. But basically, my head wasn't hurting, but my vision was doing crazy things. And so I literally had to basically turn all the lights back off and curl up and just rest my head. And fortunately, I was able to do that today before work. And so that was a little bit of a, kind of start to my day. But I did, when I woke up again later, it was gone for the most part. And so I was able to go to work. But I was also running behind as a result. And so I ended up eating a frozen breakfast burrito. All right, not the best option in the world, but it also wasn't the worst option in the world. And so I had a breakfast burrito and I had my supplements. So I had my Terrazyme. I took 2 of those technically at breakfast because I didn't get to wake up and take one on an empty stomach. So I took 2 with breakfast. I took 2 Alpha CRS, 2 XE Omega, and 2 Microplex VMZ. I took 1 PB Assist. And I also took a the MetaPower Metabolic Soft Gel. And then after breakfast, I have this, I should show it to you at some point. I don't know where I put it right now, but I have a half-gallon water bottle that I've had for years. And so I filled that all the way up, and then I filled my shaker bottle, which right now it has water in it, but I think I have a video clip of me mixing it. But basically I filled it to the top. This is an 18-ounce bottle, so I filled it to the top with water, and then I poured the powder in, and then it's a shaker bottle, so I just shook it together, and it's up here. So but I took that with me, which you can't really let it sit. So I fixed that, and I took it in the car with me and was drinking it all through my drive and then at class. And I am a teacher, so I drank it during class just as my regular water, and that was great. Not so great that I basically was eating I took my burrito in my purse. So I had this frozen burrito down in my purse, kind of wrapped in like napkins, hoping that it wouldn't get anything wet. And then I heated it up when I got to school. And then as I was setting up for class, I didn't actually have time to eat it because I was setting up for class and making sure I had everything ready. And so I got a couple bites in before the kids started coming in. So I kind of set it off to the side, and then I didn't actually finish eating it until after class during my planning period. And so, and then that's kind of when I finished my supplements and everything. So it wasn't the most ideal breakfast scenario this morning, but hey, I ate breakfast, which is great. And I took my Metabolic Advantage powder, and so that was all good. I actually got it done. And then I had a little bit of stress making sure that I could get at least some things done. I'm catching up on things for school as we approach the end of the quarter. And so I've tried to stay on top of things, but if any of you are teachers, or really if any of you work, you know, there's times where you get behind and you have to catch up. And so that was kind of one of the things that I've been working on the last few days since I got home from my trip. And so I guess really just Monday, Tuesday, because today's just Tuesday. So not a few days, I guess just a couple days. So anyways, I then, so today I was babysitting my nephew, and which was actually a lot of fun. But he also, it's been a while since I've just babysat him with just me. Well, really, it's not really, he's so young that this was kind of his first time with just Aunt Candace. And so, it was kind of, fun so I went over there early so that I could hang out with my sister and him, so that I, could kind of like get him a little familiar. And poor kiddo has a cold right now too. So, and he's also teething. So all the fun things where I just felt so bad for him. And so that was a little bit, I had to, I felt so sorry for him and was trying my best to, know how to help. And so I kind of just had to take some time to go over there early and sit and hang out. And my sister was awesome and offered me food. So I ate some leftovers and took my, about 15 to 20 minutes before lunch, I actually took my MetaPower Metabolic Assist, and then I ate my lunch with a Terrazyme, and then I babysat for a few hours, I guess, and then they also were awesome, my sister and brother-in-law, and offered me to stay for dinner. So I also stayed for dinner, and which was much better than what I had at home, and was also just super nice of them. And so I actually had a really healthy chicken and potatoes, like little mini potatoes and green beans. And then with that, of course, I took my the rest of my supplements. And also after lunch, before I started babysitting, I also had my second MetaPower Advantage powder in my water bottle. And then, so as far as social and spiritual, because that was kind of my sort of mental and emotional today, I tried to take some time to just like read. And in the morning, even though I was running a bit behind, I listened to some audiobook on the way to school. And I also like to call my mom and talk to her on the phone and help process through things. So she hears a lot of rants and a lot of just also good things and a lot of sad things. And we were talking about just a lot of different stuff. So that helps me. I definitely think it's good to find somebody who you trust and who you feel like you can share what's going on, at least to some extent, and who's not going to judge you and just listen and not necessarily feel like they have to provide feedback. And I try to do the same thing. I don't know how if I'm always good at it, but I try to do that for other people as well. And then for spiritual health, it was actually really fun today. We have worship night at church on Thursday night, and so tonight was rehearsal, and I actually didn't realize it was rehearsal until yesterday. And this is one time where we don't have a sitting choir. Actually, that doesn't even make sense. We don't have a always choir. It's kind of when we have certain things come up where we feel inspired to have choir, we sort of be like, hey, who wants to be in the choir? And that's sort of like what happens. And so this was one of those things where it's like, hey, who wants to sing at worship night? And so I volunteered to do that because I was like, this is awesome, and I love it. It's so much fun. And so for me, it was just an awesome end to the day. Like, yes, my day started out with a silent migraine and wasn't the best, but then I was able to get a few things done, and I still have some stuff to do, but then I was able to hang out with my sister and my brother-in-law and nephew and their dog, and I was able to then go to rehearsal and just be with people where we were laughing and we were having fun. And yes, it was standing up there under the lights and we're up, in the front, and it was fun to just, I do miss music a lot. And so when I have the opportunity to, not only is it fun to just, we're doing 10 different songs on Thursday, and not only was it a time to just, you really do just get a chance to reflect on the words, and you get to sing with people who you love and who love you, and a community that doesn't judge you. And just that for me personally is a huge part of my health and wellness, and I would not have gotten through a lot of things without them. And over the years, that's been the case too. So today it was really kind of fun. And then I, of course, talked to my mom on the phone on the way back and, let her know that I was home okay and everything. And yes, I still do that. My mom still wants to know that I make it home okay and everything. And it's also just nice to talk at the end of the day and debrief someone, just tell them kind of like, how did the day go and what happened? And this is also kind of another aspect of that. So, but anyways, that's sort of a brief overview of my day and just some of the things that I did. And again, I'm experimenting with how this is gonna go, how I'm gonna do these things. And so maybe you wanna stick around for a while, and I hope you do, and just see where this goes. But this is just me sharing life and my journey, and I hope that you have had an awesome day, and that I hope you, if there's been moments that haven't been great, that we can process through that to figure out like things that works for all of us. Because there's been ups and downs, and I know there's gonna be times that come that are stressful and not so great. So this is just okay. So that's all to say that I'm still working on this, and I hope that you stick around and that this helps you out. And I can't wait to see what kinds of things that you all suggest that would be useful for this. And so I think this is kind of share bits and pieces as I go along, but that's for today. And I'm getting in the hang of this and in the swing of this and getting back into just creating. I think this is part of the process, is I'm creating a wellness routine, and I have things I do, but I'm adding to that, and I'm keeping with the things that I want to do and that I know I need to do. And so this is a process. So right now it's messy because life is messy and chaotic, but at the same time, this is going to help me process more and establish those things so that I can have better balance in all the things that I'm doing. So I love that you all are here, and I hope that you stick around for day 3. So have a wonderful evening, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.